Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition where in this video, better watch it because it's very possible that Bitcoin goes to 13K. And in this video, I'm going to show you how certain specific events could cause that, like the Powell speech today, CPI dates that's going to come out, the inflation. We're going to talk about the S&P 500 pattern, mid-elections, the macro level of Bitcoin, the short-term view, and then I'm going to show you how you can get a 200x altcoin. So make sure to watch this entire video to get this info. All right, here we are, guys. So what's going on with Bitcoin? Are we going to go down to 13K? Those are the questions we have to answer. So Austin is on the line here. Do you think?
Hello. Good morning.
You think Bitcoin's going to go down to 13K? Everybody's talking about 10K. My prediction is 13K in the worst case, but yeah. What do you think?
I am sticking with the PI cycle bottom. I think that 17 is the lowest low of this bear market. Although we'll wait and see, right? We don't know what's going to happen until it happens, as usual.
And of course, if you're right and 17K and the PI cycle bottom is correct, then it would be stupid not to buy more, right? As it is in the current prices, or even if it goes down a bit more, that'd be a good time to buy. But we're going to talk about things that could potentially cause a 13K Bitcoin. So we're getting the CPI information, the inflation that's coming out in September 13. So make sure to write that down because everybody's talking about September 15. We all know September is one of the worst months, but we need to pay attention to the dates on September 15 to see if the inflation is on its way down. To call a market cycle bottom, usually we need to find the inflation peaked first. So that's why we want to pay attention to that. And of course, today, we also need to pay attention if Powell is going to be talking this morning and, the Western time zones. And, hopefully he doesn't have another negative speech. Otherwise, that will bring the markets down. So that's what's
a lot
going
is
on.
happening in September.
Yeah, that's right. So we were trying to look at Jerome Powell, see what the hell he's going to say, and is he going to be positive this time? Or, of course, I understand he's trying to bring it down, but this is about, being able to predict what's going to happen next in the markets. And I'm going to need to share. Okay, there we go. Connect. Okay, I'm connected. All right, so, Bitcoin is in a downward spiral. I'm going to use the app because this doesn't seem to work very well. And to do that, I'm going to prepare everything here. Right. So, we have Jerome Powell speaking. And from there, what we want to do is we definitely want to be in par with, the best information we can get. So hold on a second while I share the Ecamm trading view. There we go. All right.
While you're going through that, just looking, the ETH merger is on the 15th. That's correct. So that would be phase one. Is projected to start on the 15th. But we're just talking about Powell as it comes first. It's going to happen on the 13th. So,
but you can see this is the traditional markets, the S&P 500. So we are getting a little bit of a pump here. You can see, right? And I put the line there. I think that's a potential scenario. And if it's already kind of got a pump yesterday, we're looking at the 4-hour, but if we can change it to the 1 day, we can get a bigger view, of course, of what's going on. And as you see, the market open green again. So there's a very good chance that Bitcoin will have a pump, and we'll give you some targets on what Bitcoin can do, and then we'll give you some targets for Ethereum. But so we can see then once we reach this point again at the resistance zone, which you can clearly see, it has different line. That's the resistant line. Then we can see what's going to happen, okay? But make sure you subscribe if you're not already subscribed to get those notifications because those will be the time that you need to sell. And also, to add another point, as the oil price, the U.S. oil price has been going down drastically. So that's also good for the inflation numbers that's going to come out not this month because they're going to measure in August, but for October. Okay, so pay attention to that. All right. Anything else we wanted to talk about? Yeah, S&P 500 is good because we're looking at a macro level in November. I think we will get a big bounce, which would be mid-election time. So that's what I'm looking at. And yeah. So all that being said, we are in this pattern, yeah? And so we're on a downward pattern, but this is, right, a falling wedge, which is by definition bullish. Doesn't mean it always go up, but the chances are high. And as I said, it aligns. If everything aligns with the market, the inflation, Powell keeps his mouth shut, then we should have a bullish candle, and I will tell you the target, right? What do you think about that, Austin?
I think that makes a lot of sense. I mean, he kind of drives the markets in terms of financial markets, right? He's the top dog, the top G, I guess you could say. But he controls a lot of what's going to happen in the future based on what he says. And the last one was pretty negative, and we saw the negative market trend afterwards. So we'll see what he says today. Hopefully, he changes his attitude a little bit.
He needs to keep his mouth shut, right? I think that's how I look at it. Don't, you know, the market is in a good place for a little bit of a pump. I'm not saying that's going to be, as Austin thinks, that's going to be the low. I think there's definitely a potential it goes down to 13K. But again, that would require breaking support, of course. And for the short term, I think Bitcoin can probably go to not as high as it went. I think you will see a lower, like at the 22, maybe 23. And then it will, then it will be because the reason I say that, you really have to look at the indicators. Yes, and the indicators are telling us that we're in a very dangerous place. The DXY is going up, right, massively, right, like every day. And what we're going to look at the S&P 500, once it reaches the resistance, is going to be a lower high here, although it's going to be a higher low, right? So we just got to be careful. Is it going to, a move is going to come, okay? And the question is, we're going to break here first, or we're going to break down first and retest those bottom price. We don't know. Everything depends on, you know, the inflation data that's going to come out, the oil prices, how Europe is doing. So that's what we got for you today. And the last thing I will say to you, if you want to subscribe to the channel, that's be great. But if you want to make serious money, then make sure we will add the information. I think we just went live without putting a title as well. But we will add, Austin will add the title. And we have a pay-to-trade system. Go look in the description where we share with you altcoins that can make as much as 200x. So don't miss out on that. Check the description. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video.
Bye for now.